don't need a Hollywood budget to get Hollywood results. And today, we're diving into how to create cinematic quality lighting with gear that won't make your wallet cry. It is not about the price tag. We're gonna see if we can pull off some seriously blockbuster vibes, alright? And you're gonna see for yourself, can a bunch of affordable lights help us craft scenes that look like they belong on the big screen? Well, let's find out. What is happening, friends? Sean Alami here. Hope you're doing wonderful. So Sion reached out to me and they said, could you use our budget lights to create blockbuster movie scenes? And I said, say no more, but can I pick the lights? And they were like, sure. Well, this isn't my first rodeo with Sion. We have worked together in the past, and I'm lucky to say I have my hands on a great collection of Sion lights. So for this project, I use these three babies right here, right? Let's begin. I got the X60 for a little bit of color, super compact, great battery. The X100 bicolor, powerful, compact. But my favorite, the G300, you can boost this baby up to 500. And I'm telling you, this is my favorite light of the year. I want to tell you more why in this video. But this thing is super compact. If you want to create that fake sunlight when it's midnight, this is your light. But without further ado, let's get to the first breakdown.
Partly cloudy in the evening, becoming cloudy overnight. Low around 55 degrees. Wind south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And the sun may give way to rain for the evening with a 10% chance of precipitation and a low of 50 degrees. And that's the weather report. Now back to our...
This is how we started with this shot, and to be honest, it looks a little bit dull. But we can change that by simply adding some sunlight. Now how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to put the G300 outside, shining through with a cone, just like a sunlight, full intensity, warm as hell. Let's go. And boom, this is what we end up with. Now look what a little bit of sunshine does. Amazing, right? But we're not done yet. You know what's next? Some haze to give this a little bit of mood. And we're almost done. But I just want to throw the C100 from Sion just right in front of them, set it to flicker so I can create this TV effect. And just like that, we went from this boring scene to this. Voila. And once I've lit my shot, I like to just kind of take my camera and take a few extra B-rolls from different angles. Because once you got some honey, might as well take advantage of it. You saw that? 2 lights. That's all it took. So it is not about having a ton of gear. It's about where you position them. So I was using the G300 as sunlight, acting as rim light, and I had the C100 on a 90-degree angle for the TV light. And if this is my camera, you notice I'm not putting any lights on the side of the camera. Remember that. Let's go. Alright, how do we create this moody scene? Well, I wanted to create some color contrast with this scene specifically, and let me break it down how I got it done. First and foremost, this is what we started with. But like I said, I chose the wrong location for this project, I admit. This just looks beautiful to itself. Now, the more I grow older in my career, I tend to gravitate towards practical lighting, meaning using the lights in the scene. And I'm just using my lights to amplify it, alright? Now, before everything, like almost every single cinematic shot I do, we need some haze. I'm using these 2 light stands to light up the scene from each side of my actor. But the light on his left side is not as strong to light up his face. So I'm using the X100 and I'm bouncing it off a white paper so I can get this soft light hitting the right of his face. Alright? And I'm also creating the color contrast by placing the X60 in the bedroom, give it a nice, beautiful orange. And I'm going to contrast that by placing the G300 outside on a cold temperature. And I'm going to go ahead and add this beautiful teal gel to give it this moonlight effect. Now this is the same room, same lighting setup, just a different camera angle. Again, moonlight from the G300, and we got this beautiful look just on its own. And I'm gonna turn on the light stands for some practical lighting, and that's it. I'm literally just using one light. For a different look, I can place one of the light stands behind them. So many different variations we can do. Now you're probably thinking, what a sick location, right? I know, but it came with a challenge because I was trying to create this before and after lighting scenes, and when I set up the camera and I was just using the practical lights of the scene. Sometimes these before shots look so great that it was so hard to create that contrast between the before and the after. So I like to give a shout out to my friend Nikita from EMG Villas for letting us use this wonderful villa built right after the war in the 50s. That literally when you walk into it, you get transported into a Mad Men scene. The only thing that was missing was a Dawn Draper. And lucky for me, I knew this gentleman named Lucas at my gym, and I approached him. He did not only dress the part, but carried himself like a true gentleman. Now you're probably thinking, Sean, can we get to the next breakdown already? And I'm telling you, my friend, yes we can. Can I sit next to you for a second for this one, Lucas? If you guys were wondering why this picture looks so amazing, it's because of these beautiful lenses that Finder TV was kind enough to let us use it for this project. I've been working with them since 12 years. They've got a huge variety of whatever you need. Super nice and super flexible. All right. I'm not gonna lie, but this scene turned out to be my favorite out of all the shots that we did. All right. Now, this is what we started with. Again, this thing looks beautiful just right off the bat because of this beautiful location. But I went ahead and turned off the room light and turned on my G300 via the app, putting it outside, real tall and nice. And like always, practical lighting. I'm gonna turn these lights on. I'm gonna spread this light in the room by using some haze. And we went from this to this. And with the right camera angle, that is all she wrote. So this video is sponsored by Zhiyun, and they're having a promotion right now. And so far you've seen how great these lights are. They're super compact, colorful, bi-color, portable, powerful. Now Zhiyun is giving up to 20% on all these prices. These prices were really great, but now you get up to 20%. I will leave a link for you guys in the description to go ahead and take advantage of that. All right. Now if you were to take one lesson from this video, I would say that would be knowing where to place your lights when it comes to cinematography and, crafting a shot. That might just be the most important thing to know above all things in cinematography. And I want to show you that, and I want to prove that to you by demonstration, by showing you a scene of what it looks like before, and by making one small adjustment, not using any artificial lights, using one light stand that belongs into the room and moving it into the right place and going from this boring scene to this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by turning this light off. Then, like I said, I'm placing one single light stand just closer to him. That's all the adjustment I'm making. And like always, I'm going to add some haze to give this some mood. And my friend, that's it. Now, if you found this video useful, my friend, guess what? I recently dropped another lighting breakdown, also created with Zhiyun lights. I will put a link for you right up here to go check it out. Stay well and stay creative.